To bring in Shaun King after a quick word from the Home Builders Association. Gift big this year at the Home for the Holidays raffle. You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or a cash prize this holiday season and help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish kids with critical illnesses. Raffle proceeds benefit the Make-A-Wish OKI, which has granted over 22,000 wishes to children facing critical illnesses across the Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana region since 1983. This year's house is a custom-built ranch by Petros Homes. Has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and a 3-car garage. It also includes some amazing features like a great room with a vaulted ceiling, an unbelievable kitchen, and a mudroom with a unique pet shower station. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit homefortheholidays.org to buy your tickets. That's homefortheholidays.org. Terms and conditions apply. Before we bring Shaun on, he asked me to pull a soundbite from earlier this season to set up his interview. So this is the soundbite Shaun King asked me to pull for you guys before we bring on Shaun. This is Shedeur Sanders in the locker room after Week 6.
Special request.
That's not nothing, in my place to answer. That's nothing I can not answer, but I know for sure I'm not. I know if you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better than that.
All right, Shaun, a lot of people didn't like that. I'm guessing you didn't like those comments either.
Hey, his palms are sweaty, knees, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous. But on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The Shedeur Show is here, baby.
Yes, sir.
I didn't expect Shaun King to be rapping Eminem. He comes
And they got the orange button up on, too.
Hey,
No cigar?
Baby.
No cigar
Hey,
today?
I wanted. Yo, this right here, baby. Got the crazy, we right here. I wanted to open this segment with that because can't seek comfort now. No excuses, no explanations. He said it himself. He looked around the league and he's better than what he saw. So guess what? On the road underdog, but in a very road-friendly stadium, probably be 50-50 from a crowd support standpoint. Mm-hmm. But Vegas still sees the Shedeur Sanders Browns as 3.5-point underdogs to the worst team in the league west of the Mississippi, the Las Vegas Raiders. So all I'm saying is, Shedeur, listen, you talk big, you call yourself legendary. Everybody's going to be watching. It's an afternoon game. It's not a lot of other games going on. This will be the highest-rated game this Sunday. Do your thing, big dog. Do your thing, but everybody's watching.
What did you think of his performance the other day there, Shaun, and what are your expectations for him this week?
I thought, and let me say this, if you support Shedeur, if you're a fan of Shedeur, if you're a prime sexual, if you're a Shedeur stans, the worst thing you can do is make excuses for his performance.
Agreed.
Because he falls into the same category as every other backup quarterback in the National Football League, is which you don't get a lot of reps, but when your number is called, they expect you to deliver. He also came into a game where they had the lead. They then lost said lead because of his inability to create and generate more points. So if I'm coaching Shedeur, I got to be honest with him. All right, this is what you wanted, right? I think it was G. Bush that said something yesterday on the show that I had mentioned, I think, on his podcast. Shout out to the barbershop, by the way. You can't win the position in one throw. Mm-hmm. You're not going to create a narrative on one drive. You've got to be able to control your emotions, stay mentally locked in, make the right decision, make an accurate throw on a consistent basis. There's one example that I want to pull up. Hey, Mikey, can we just pull the still shot up? This was the last drive of the game. Okay, I'll set it up. This was the last drive of the game. This was 3rd and 5, right? They're down, I think, 7 points. It was a minute something left on the clock, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay, a veteran quarterback, because of, I don't want to be aggressive, guys, but look at the inside slot that's running the out route. It's 3rd and 5, right, in a 7-point game. This is the deep ball he threw where the Ravens cornerback made a good play. It was a really good ball, but here's where he's got to grow. That kid that he threw that ball to, it didn't have a target or a catch in the game. What's his name? Lavardian, I think is how you pronounce his name.
Larvardin.
Larvardin.
This is where Shedeur's got to get better. That's not Travis Hunter out there where you got a matchup advantage. You can never go broke taking a profit at quarterback. So you got to take this underneath throw that's going to pick up the first down, give you a new set of downs. You'll be in the red zone now with a chance to at least potentially tie the game, maybe win it if you score and go for 2. So I just wanted to show that graphic. He's got to play within himself and understand that this isn't the Bengals.
Shaun,
I can't just get reckless and throw one-on-one balls up because I don't have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
Shaun, do you put any stock in the fact that the reason he was comfortable throwing that ball to Gage is because of the hungry dogs? After this post-practice, that's who he throws to in hungry dogs, and they do that little scrimmage thing?
Well, hungry dogs are hungry for a reason because the high-end dogs, the ones that you breed and sell to puppies for $30,000, they get fed regularly, so they don't get hungry.
No, but I'm saying, do you think he was just comfortable throwing the Gage?
That was crazy. Hey, he better get uncomfortable real quick.
Hey, can I ask you?
I'm not saying don't throw the Gage. What I'm saying is, and I'm glad you pressed me a little bit because I want everybody listening and watching to understand what I'm saying. To master and play consistently at a high level at the quarterback position, your mind has to operate in an abstract way than most people think. I don't want to put Gage in that situation because of the situation in the game. And I have a wide open first down where if I make an accurate throw, if we could pull that up one more time, Mike.
That's a gimme, right, Shaun?
Look, if I make an accurate throw here, I think this is Jerry Jeudy, right?
It is correct.
Jerry Jeudy had just picked up a first down by making a couple guys miss. The outside cornerback is one-on-one. If I make an accurate throw to Jeudy, guess what? If that safety don't make that tackle, guess what that may end up being?
Touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the thing at the NFL level as a quarterback you have to come to grips with. This isn't college. I'm not going to play a whole lot of teams that have guys that are incapable on defense. I've got to take what the defense gives me. I got to be willing to throw the ball away if we have a pass protection breakdown. I've got to be accurate. I've got to be on time. Like, I'm not criticizing Shedeur. I'm teaching Shedeur, coaching Shedeur. I will be talking to him in the quarterback room. This wasn't the wrong decision, but it wasn't the best decision.
So
if that makes it clearer.
So if you was in the coaching room, because I like this because a lot of people don't know you was an offensive coordinator at the Division I level, high level, and when you are breaking tape down and you guys get to this point right here, how would you go about coaching him in this situation? If he says, "Look, hey coach, look, I think I seen something. You know, I was giving my guy a shot." How would you coach this and say, what would you say to him in this specific situation? Because I think you are correct. There needs to be an adjustment of the way you're thinking.
And what I would tell him is, okay, we got man-to-man to the side you're looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much does Gage make and how much does Jeudy make?
Veteran undrafted minimum versus the highest paid receiver on the team.
Right.
So you telling me that you thought the best decision here, we pay him all that money for a reason. For these situations, for him to catch this out route and then make the safety miss. And if the pursuit gets over and tackles us on the 5, fine. And I wouldn't be saying this if the safety had taken the air out of the coverage and it was going to be a contested out route. But Judy's wide open here. And I also wouldn't be saying anything if we had, who was the receiver from Alabama y'all had that caught a lot of balls? Amari Cooper. If this was Amari Cooper out there, I'd be like, okay, cool. But this is where Shedeur's kind of just got to tweak his decision-making a little bit, right? And it's not a bad decision, but it's not the best decision.
I like that because Tyvis not going to make that play as a safety. He's not going to make that play.
Whoa.
Not only
I was taking strains over here.
Not only am I going to make that play, I'm going to pick it off and throw my wrist up as I'm going up the sideline the whole way. That's what I'm going to do.
First of all, Judy's already coming out of his break, and the safety's still a good 7 yards away.
Yeah.
If he throws an accurate ball there,
Jay just called in and said he wasn't wide
nobody.
He laid on the read.
Let's not do that again.
Shaun, let me ask you, because you had this opportunity. Steve says that Trent Dilfer got hurt and you had to go in the game. Did you have? Obviously, you probably didn't have a ton of reps. Was the chemistry good with you and the other receivers when you had to go in there and make those plays?
No, the backup quarterback doesn't get first-team reps in the National Football League. And my situation was more dire because Trent was rolling to his right and fell and broke his collarbone. I didn't even know my helmet was. Shedeur had pretty much the entire halftime. Like, people don't make that point. Like, it wasn't like it was a first down concussion he had to come in on. He had the whole halftime to get himself ready. And listen, you can practice every snap and in year one still not have like a innate camaraderie with the guys you're throwing to. Like, that comes over time, over years. Like, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams at their height. Like, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Like, they've grown into that. So, at this position, especially when you're a fifth-round draft pick, you may only get one shot, not just to be a starter, to be a participant in the National Football League. Like, this is how serious this is, guys. So we already had a bunch of teams that bypassed Shedeur. Right? They had an opportunity on draft to select him. The reality is, no matter what you think, he's a fifth-round draft pick that's playing because the third-round draft pick got injured. He's got to go out and be efficient and effective every play. That's what this is about. It's not about being spectacular. It's about being efficient and effective. Just do your job, right? If there's an opportunity to take a shot down the field, take it. If it's not there, accurately check the ball down. If there's a complete breakdown in pass protection and you don't feel like the escapability option is high, throw the ball away. Like, it's the little things. It's getting us out of a run into an overload and into a run where we got better numbers and leverage. Like, it's the nuanced things of playing the position that I'm going to be watching on Sunday.
Shaun, what should the expectations be for Browns fans out of Shedeur this weekend against Las Vegas? I mean, they're not a great team. They're a 2-8 football team too. Like, what do you think we should see? What's realistic?
Well, the guy said he's legendary, right? So a win.
No matter what the stat line says. I mean, how he plays. I mean, if you get the dub, you get the dub.
The stat lines, yeah, get the dub. The stat line's a stat line. Like, I'd rather he go an efficient 14 of 18 for 161 with one touchdown and no picks than go 27 of 47 for 300 with one touchdown and two picks. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not as worried about the stats. I'm worried about the performance, the efficiency, the execution. Does this look like the kind of composure we can build around and become a champion? Right? Because Stafford has weeks where he throws for under 200 yards. Like, you're not just going to go out there every week and blitzkrieg every NFL defense. Like, the Raiders got issues, guys. The defensive front is not one of them.
Right.
Like, Max Crosby about to get after the quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to do the same thing. And there was a clip that Wiggins from the Ravens said after the game. I actually tweeted it out. When an opposing defender says, we knew they weren't going to throw the ball deep, Kevin Stefanski, Tommy Reese, y'all have got to establish at least the threat of throwing the ball down the field. Otherwise, you're going to get what you got against the Ravens, which is all 11 guys within 8 yards of the line of scrimmage, eyes glued in on Quinshon Judkins, and we'll react to any play action.
Shaun, I've been asking everybody about this, but you're really the best person to ask. The biggest issue with Shedeur has been, or one of the biggest issues, is the fact that he runs backwards a lot and ends up with these sacks where he loses like 15 yards. This has been an issue going back to college, probably going back to high school, but in those levels he can get away with it. You can't get away with that in the NFL. How can that be coached out of him, or how can that be fixed? Is that hard?
So it's not hard, but it takes time. Number one, because he's actually more athletic than people give him credit for, especially with his short area quickness. His ability to make the initial defensive lineman and miss and evade him is pretty legit. But if I was coaching Shedeur, here's how I'd explain it to him. We got to have an escape plan, right? As we're diagnosing the coverage What's our escape plan if we have a pass protection breakdown? Is there a check down, a swing route? Is there a underneath route that we can get the ball to quick, or is throwing the ball away going to be our option, especially when we're in advantageous down in distance? So I'm talking 1st and 10, 2nd and 4, where we don't want to take a negative loss. Listen, if we're in 3rd and 8 and he takes a 10-yard sack, who cares if he's trying to run around and make a play? Because we're punting anyway.
Right.
But him starting to grow and mature at the position and understand game management, that'll be when what I would be really coaching him on is understanding the difference between taking a 10-yard sack on 1st and 10 as opposed to 3rd and 8.
All right, this is where.
Am I boring you guys? Hold on. Why are they on their phone? Am I boring you guys?
Jeez, who's on their phones?
You're not boring me at all, brother.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Shaun, it's my wife's birthday.
Good job calling them out.
Both their wives' birthdays today.
Good job calling them out.
I had to send them a text. Sorry.
Listen, I was on to my next question.
Yeah.
Listen, this is where you get paid your money. You mentioned something just now. Now he gonna wait till G. Bush go. He gonna wait till G. Bush go.
Can you multitask?
Thank you, Shaun.
You gonna wait till
you,
G.
Shaun.
Bush go? I don't. So
That's good.
no, that was a good one.
Yeah.
What the heck? How the heck can you?
Hilarious.
How the heck can you throw the ball downfield and you ain't got tackles? How you gonna throw the ball downfield and you got Max Crosby bearing down on you? What's the game plan look like? And you know what it is. Quinshaw, Junkins, everybody looking at him like, listen, we're not gonna let you beat us. You're gonna have to do something different. What is the game plan for Shedeur Sanders except for in not running the ball on 1st and 2nd down and being at 3rd and 7?
Glad you asked, because explosive plays don't necessarily have to be balls thrown down the field. This is where Tommy Reese and Stefanski have to get creative in some of these rub routes, some of these movement throws where we can get guys to have to run over another receiver to get to the guy they're covering, where we can get a guy the ball in space. Maybe some tight end screens, some delayed stuff where we punish the defensive line for getting up the field. You know how the tight end, they attach him to the tackle, He acts like he's blocking, then they run the inside. Like, I'm talking getting creative with creating some explosive plays to try and slow that pass rush down. Not just a traditional drop back, deep dig with a clear route, with a post. No, I'm talking about getting creative, throwing some slants, some movement stuff to try and get guys the ball, going vertical, where they can create chunk plays.
Shaun, last thing, I got to get your thoughts on Myles Garrett. He's on pace for 25.5 sacks, which would shatter the NFL record. We think there's a good chance he's going to go down as the greatest pass rusher of all time when it's all said and done. You've seen a lot of football over the years. You've played a lot of football over the years. The way this guy is playing right now, what do you make of it?
He's a great player, but he's boring, and he plays for the Browns. And so he's going to have to have some team success, I think, to elevate, because, and here's what I mean by that, it's no disrespect, but the truth is the truth. It doesn't have emotions, right? Yeah. Not many people care about what's going on with the Cleveland Browns outside of the Cleveland Brown fan base.
That is correct. That's fair.
So if you ask the casual NFL fan who's the best pass rusher right now in the National Football League, a lot of people would say Michael Parsons, T.J. Watt,
they
and the such.
They lost their mind.
Nuts.
I don't know that I agree with you, Shaun. I don't know that I agree with that.
No. Here's what I'm saying. Not because Myles Garrett isn't better than those guys, but those guys are more high profile in that they play for national brands.
That's true.
Like everywhere the Steelers go, it's a 50-50 crowd. I know Myles is in Green Bay now, but Mike is in Green Bay, but most of his career was in Dallas. Everywhere Dallas goes, it's a 50-50 crowd with Cowboy fans. They have national fan bases. And so I think Myles Garrett is the best pass rusher right now and is in the conversation with Reggie White, Bruce Smith, Lawrence Taylor for all time. But he's also a reserved person, not very outspoken. You don't see him on commercials. And the Browns haven't been very good during his tenure. Yep. That's just my point, because favoritism does play into it.
That's fair. Shaun, great stuff as always, man.
You brought it home.
Good job calling these guys out for being on their phones.
We appreciate you, Shaun.
And way to rip them, Shaun.
You gotta learn how to multitask, Shaun.
Hey, Tyvis, you're never making that tackle against Jerry Jeudy with all that space, dog. Just wrap you up, baby.
All right,
Thanks,
Shaun.
Shaun.
We'll see you next week, Shaun. Appreciate you, man.
Shout out to you, dog. Shout out. Love you, man.